Doormat delivery starting out on a Sunday evening, about to pick up some food from some restaurants and take it to the doormats of all the folks around. Gonna make some money here on this night that's about 88 degrees, and there is a quest going on. I'm sitting in a little town now close to some areas that will hopefully have some orders. I need to hit go on here. Most likely it is going to have me take a photo of myself, of course. It's been a few days and they do this about once a week, so positioning now and scanning my face, and it says that I am who I am. Thanks for verifying. Gonna see what happens with orders tonight. I didn't get out this weekend until today, but ready to get these quests done. It's a $2, $4, $6, $12 quest. Let's see, first 2 trips is $2, 2 more trips is $4, and first order's coming in $4.22 for 11.6 miles. I am going to decline that. It was a trip request, a match actually. Anyway, so it goes $2 for 2 trips, $4 for 2 more trips, $6 for the trips number 5 and 6, and then $12 for trips number 7 and 8. $24 total there. Hopefully it'll go pretty well. I don't want to be out super late as it is night before I have to work in the morning, but I'm willing to keep going till 10 if necessary. I had a comment on my last video from last week that was asking if I find it challenging to do full-time job, part-time delivery, video recording and editing at the same time. And he was also saying that he's getting started in DoorDash and hasn't had any orders yet, so didn't say his area. Who knows if it's just not busy at the time he tried or what. But yeah, to answer the question, it's definitely been challenging to keep up full-time job, part-time delivery, and also trying to edit videos. Recording part's not too big of a deal, you just kind of do it as you go, but actually getting all that footage back and making some sort of sense out of it is a bit of a challenge. I kind of enjoy the process, but finding the time is the challenge. Already got repositioned into another area here. Definitely getting more orders, but so far I haven't seen any to my liking. There was one good one as I was driving down, like 7:30 or something, for only 3.5 miles, and I was only about a mile from the restaurant, so it would have been only 2 or 2.5 miles to get to the delivery, but another driver matched to that request before I could. Here's $17 for 18 miles, and those miles, it just takes you. I'm in an area right next to a fairly large lake, and a lot of the times the deliveries are going from one side of the lake to the other, and I just really don't want to drive all the way over there, because then you're not close to very much on that side of the lake and have to deadhead your miles back. Not fun, I don't think. Okay, I actually did just match to a Taco Bell pickup. It almost sounds like the one that I didn't match to a minute ago. It's about $11, it said, for 2.5 or so miles. So I hit match on that as quick as I could, and it looks like I got it. I noticed something new in the app, at least new within the past week or two, of you do a match request and it used to just disappear and then start giving you the navigation. Now when it brings up the navigation, it also shows you the screen, kind of like the accept screen, with the dollar amount and miles on there. So I was able to do a quick screenshot of that. The match is a little bit different in what it shows. I was sitting real close to Taco Bell, so I'm going to go pick this up. Hopefully it won't be a long wait. This Taco Bell has definitely had long waits before, but sometimes they're on top of it. Going to find out. Okay, Taco Bell took long time. Standing there waiting, looked like kind of a new guy doing the orders, or at least doing the bagging of the orders. But whatever, and I didn't realize that this was a double pickup. And so now I'm going back to right where I was a second ago to pick up the second order from a Jersey Mike's. They would have had theirs done really quick. I would have just gone ahead and picked it up while I was waiting for the Taco Bell, had I known. But that's alright. Only good thing about it being two orders is I will have fulfilled the first two orders of the Quest. You get an extra $2 on top of the 11 or so that it was quoted at. So here I am at Jersey Mike's Subs. Okay, picked up the Jersey Mike's lickety split. Now, less than 2 miles, 5 minutes to the Taco Bell drop-off. Okay, says to leave inside the gate. And I'm gonna have to text her to let her know the salsa was not there. I guess this other one. 478. Okay, got the Jersey Mike's dropped off, easy enough. It said meet at door, but then the note said leave on table outside door, so I knocked and then left it on the table. She opened the door as I was getting back in the car and waved, so no worries. And I accepted one. Not excited about the amount, but it's $6. Actually going 6 miles, mostly because I got to drive a couple miles back to the restaurant area anyway. Just got to Bojangles. Let's hope it is ready. Bojangles! Boop, boop. Okay, so it looks like definitely looking a little stormy coming in, and I'm headed straight to it. See which way they tell me to go. Looks like I'm taking the interstate. No surprise there. Dinner at door. Enjoy! Exclamation mark. Delivered. Blood zone. That road's a river. Alright, that Moe's was ready right away. Nice little drain pipe dumping out water right by it. Got to run through that and managed to keep my feet mostly dry, I think. But now I am heading back towards the sunshine somewhat. See if it can get out of the major rain. Hopefully it's not slowing the interstate down too bad. Looks pretty good between here and there. Actually, Uber Eats map is telling me to take a back road. I might just consider that. Right. Another third floor apartment. Lucky me. At least I'm getting my steps in. That was a meet it door, but then the note said, please knock and leave a door. So I did. Marked it as complete. And already accepted another order. It was $6 for 4 miles, I believe. Picking up from Five Guys. And I think going back down to where I was to pick up the Moe's. So I'm just bouncing back and forth between exits on 77 here. I've done 4 deliveries for the Quest so far, so that means I'm halfway there. Got the $2 and the $4 bonus. This will be order number 5. Moving along pretty good. It's been a little less than 2 hours. I started about 6:15, not quite 8 o'clock now. So hour and 45 minutes so far in. I've done 4 orders. That's not bad. 2 orders per hour so far. Should definitely hit 8 by 10 o'clock, if not well before that. Alright, very faint rainbow out here. Just tried to get a picture of it. I'm not sure how visible that is. Anyway, gonna go in here to Five Guys and pick up. Alright, order number 5, picked up from Five Guys. And while I was in there, they sent me an add-on, $4.85, going only an extra mile. I think most of that mile is just getting to the second restaurant. Okay, that was just slightly confusing because address said 8125, but Uber Eats map had me stop and park in front of 8325. So I texted him asking which one. I was also looking at his directions, and he gave a note about the pool and second floor, and he has a sign that says go away. So I found all that, dropped it off. He did respond back with 8125 just as I was dropping it off, but got it done. And now I'm half a mile away from the second drop off. Okay, taking a little break here, waiting for some orders to show up. Like I said, it's about 8:30, and I actually have $34.75 with the $6 Quest promotion. Just added up incoming tips, should be around $15, so sitting at around $49, $50 total so far for a little over 2 hours. Okay, finally got a good one after sitting there for, gosh, 10 minutes or better. $9 for about 5 miles, picking up across the street and going back to the same town I've been back and forth from all night. Close enough. Shake Shack picked up. Going 4.8 miles in about 10 minutes. Then just need one more to get the 8th order for the Quest. And I think I'll probably call it good after that. Oh, here's an add-on. $5, 2.4 miles. I might as well accept that. They're going to want me to turn right instead of left, so I got to do that. Okay, so this is one of those where I went in to pick it up, and the lady told me people come in asking for that order and it's already been taken. So I said, well, is there any chance you can remake it, because that most likely means somebody stole it. And she was like, oh yeah, probably so. And so I texted the guy real quick, said, order was already picked up, did you get a notice? He replying back saying, nope, I replaced the order. Ordered it again, basically, because somebody stole it. So somehow he knew. It must have been marked as delivery complete with him never getting it. So she went and checked again and saw that it was in, because he had ordered again. I'm not sure if he must have told Uber Eats he never received it the first time and ordered it again. So anyway, I did a little bit of due diligence, and they already had it made. And so I've got it, and now heading to him first, it looks like. And he has said, thank you again for asking. Alright, so dropped off that one. Left him a message after I took a photo, left him a message saying, dinner at the door. Enjoy. Did a little dash as though I was signing it, and said, an honest Uber driver. Just a little inside joke with a wink and a smile on it. Sucks that drivers do that. Okay, just got back home, did the 8th delivery for the Quest with a successful completion of those in a decent amount of time. I basically stopped after 3 hours and decided just to come on back home. Ended up with about 40 miles total. I always like to take a picture of the mileage at the end. I reset it just when I was starting up Uber Eats and waiting for the first trip. 43 miles total. So all in all, a decent evening. I was back and forth between 2 towns basically. Pick up in one town, drop it off at the next town, go back and then pick up at that town and go back to where I just picked up. A lot of back and forth, actually in the same basically the same neighborhood for 3 or 4 of the drop-offs. Made it nice. Had some rain excitement and some rainbow viewing. Doormat delivery, over and out.